Previously, in Breaking Point.
You know, the first time you see a car, your car, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
Aiden, listen.
Between you and me, I don't think this team is right for me.
Callie Mayer becomes the first woman ever to win the F2 Championship.
What about your dad? Has he called to congratulate you yet, Callie?
Nope. Next question.
Devon Butler now. Oh, that's not good. Oh no, Devon Butler spins. He's out.
It was his hearing. He'd been keeping it from us.
Done.
I think maybe he'd been trying to keep it from himself. So if Devon, your son, can't drive, how about your daughter?
Callie Mayer becomes the first female driver of the modern era to participate in an F1 race.
Here she comes. And there's contact between the two Konnersport drivers.
Aiden, are you alright? It's just another Butler.
The two Konnersport teammates not exactly doing each other any favours this afternoon.
What is Aiden playing at? I thought he was too good for the team. He just had a bit of an attitude problem.
Enough! It has to stop. Understand?
I must take care of the business, Kelly. Who do you think will inherit it after I'm gone?
Well, Devon, obviously. I wanted you to fight for me. He never listened to me. He always listened to you.
You know what it's like to leave all this behind, don't you?
That's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
I didn't choose this, Casper.
I've had an entire season of you whispering in people's ears. I'm asking you to leave the meeting.
You can't be serious.
This is not your team. And after today, it might not even exist.
Coming, Devon?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually stay.
You all know what's at stake. If we race as individuals today, the team dies.
I'm sorry if I was ever.
I will forgive you on one condition.
What's that?
You get your share of the points.
Aiden's out! I heard.
Sure about this?
I'm sure about everything.
Is this a team order?
She's not going to make up that much ground. It can't be done. Just cruise it in, Cal. Trust me, you watch her go.
And to the checker flag for one final time. That is some race from Callie Mayer.
What an incredible performance by her today. Konnersport sure will be very delighted with that one.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Breaking Point, the first episode of Part 3, the F1 2025 installment of Breaking Point. So, let us get straight into it. Bahrain, Day 3 of 2024 pre-season testing. Prologue. Fresh off the nail-biting finish to their 2023 campaign, Konnersport head into pre-season testing in Bahrain as a clear underdog on the grid. However, the team, under new management, has been hard at work looking to prove their doubters wrong.
Well, here we are then, the final day of pre-season testing here in Bahrain.
It's been good, hasn't it, so far, Crofty? We've seen all the teams out there, putting in the miles, putting in the laps, and we come away from it still not knowing who's going to be the team to beat. It looks super competitive as always.
Now, you're not wrong, Ant. Red Bull and Ferrari have looked impressive as expected, but it's Konnersport that have really been the talk of the paddock so far this week.
Okay, Aiden, we've got some great data over the past couple of days. We're all really happy, but let's make this a big, strong finish, yeah?
Yeah, copy.
Right, we've gone with a brand new setup on the car here, so just use this lap to get accustomed to the changes, and once you feel like you're happy enough with everything, you can come back to the pits at any time to end the session.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, I'll leave it up to you.
Alrighty, here we go then. I don't know if Aiden Jackson sounded a little bit different then, or if it's just me. Obviously haven't really heard his voice in 2 years, but anyway, yeah, first experience, I suppose, of F1 25, and straight away I need to go ahead and adjust the camera settings back to how I like them. There we go, that's much better. Rightio. A little bit understeery, I have to say, with the handling model, but I won't judge too much.
Isn't it good to be back, Aiden? I've missed this.
Yeah, you know me. Just getting back into the swing of things.
In the first 30 seconds of actually playing the game. But yeah, Aiden seems a little unenthusiastic, I suppose. I'm not sure if that's just because the developers just didn't really know what voice lines to put in this time, and they wanted to do something. But yeah, definitely something I noticed. We don't actually have any objectives as such. We just have to get used to the car. So I kind of wonder if there's some planned little event. If we'll, go to a cutscene in a moment, or if we are literally just cruising around to get used to the car, which, as you can see, I need to do.
Right, we'd like you to push it on this next lap, please, mate.
Can do.
Okay, mate, let's have some feedback on the car, please. How's it feel?
Yep, sure thing. Car's feeling great.
Also, just incidentally, because I like to look at these sorts of things, there are no times available for the other cars, so unfortunately we can't see what everyone else is up to in terms of lap times. But anyway, we have to take a little bit of avoiding action from Alex Albon there, but we push on.
Right, that's excellent stuff, mate. We're seeing really positive data from that run, so just when you're done, bring it back into the pits.
Copy.
Okay, Aiden, everything's looking good so far. Car's looking great, and so do you.
Yeah, this car is a rocket ship. You guys have made a beast right here.
I pushed on for a few more laps just to see if there are any more voice lines, and also, of course, just to get a little bit more used to the car. But yeah, that was basically it for pre-season testing, so we bring it back into the pits.
I've already told Casper, let the car run a little wider out of turn 4. You can really extend the track there.
I don't know. We're already pretty close to track limits at that point.
Well, you're leaving time on the table, so just let it run a little wider. It's all
Yeah,
good.
but you're not the one behind the wheel, Dev.
We might be pushing our luck with the steward, so we'll have to side with Callie on this one.
Ask Casper, he'll agree with me.
Yeah, they're here now. Just give me a second. Devon, just a man. So we look through the data, and if we adjust the ERS harvesting rate, we should see some improvement on those turns.
Told you.
Right, okay, settle down. Got someone who wants to speak to you all. Right, they're listening now. David off.
Good. So, as your new team owner, I thought it only right that I check up on my investments. And I'm glad I did. Casper's just filled me in on the lap times. I just wanted to say, well done. I'm impressed. But Red Bull's numbers are better, so there's still room for improvement.
Well, now we know what we're up against. I'm sure me and
Callie,
Aiden could...
don't have time to chat. All I wanted to say is that I'm expecting great things from our drivers this season. We all are. Just don't let yourselves down.
And no worries, Dad. We're all over it.
Good man. I'll fly out to Bahrain as soon as I can. Ciao.
Well, he's right, you know. With times like these, we could be real contenders this season.
Alrighty then, well, I suppose we should finally address the elephant in the room. Davidoff Butler, of course, has bought the Konnersport team, which can only lead to interesting things. So yeah, let's just wait and see how that plays out, I suppose. But anyway, we can only focus on the driving on our side. But yeah, well, what is this screen? Actually, this is a completely blank screen. There's nothing, no user interface at all. But we did have to click through it. Just didn't tell us to do that. I'm not sure if there were meant to be like pre-season testing results there or something. But anyway, we move straight on to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Several races into the 2024 season. Chapter 1. While still early, Konnersport have had an encouraging start to the 2024 season, A series of impressive performances has surprised fans, pundits, and other teams on the grid alike.
We had an incredible start to the 24 season. Better than any of us could have imagined.
And do you think any of that was down to Davidoff Butler buying the team?
Undoubtedly. I mean, Davidoff had a way of pushing people's buttons to motivate them, as he would call it. Besides, both his kids were at Konnersport, so if there were any disagreements, which there were, he could be very
persuasive. He would always get what he wanted. Why do you think I sold the team to him at the end of 2023?
Alrighty then. So, back to Team HQ. And we are the boss once again. So, just like in the previous one, in F123, we do have to make decisions as the team boss, Casper Ackerman. So, yeah, we have to deal with the department events and all sorts of things, which is cool. But anyway, in regards to that cutscene, not really too much to comment on. I mean, just butlers being butlers, I suppose. Obviously, we already had confirmation earlier that Davidoff bought the team. But yeah, obviously, Konnersport have seen a strong start to the season, so we hope we can continue that. But yeah. The thing that actually struck me as a little strange is that they brought back Andrea O'Connor seemingly just for that cutscene. But I don't know, maybe he'll provide some further commentary. The team still does bear his name, I suppose, even if he no longer owns or runs it at this point. But anyway, we'll see how that all pans out. But anyway, the first department event is to do with Legacy Media. And I'm just going to summarize this instead of reading out the entire thing. Basically, a luxury watch brand wants to feature Davidoff, Callie and Devon in a promotion, but it's going to clash with an important meeting about simulator data, so we can prioritize the Eichenberger thing. We can decline it altogether or just delay it, which I think is the option we will choose. Alrighty then, so skipping over the next couple of tutorials that explain what these things are coming up on the screen. We get a performance improvement for the fastest lap and a reputation improvement for racing etiquette. Presumably that must be from pre-season testing, but those when those improve, it just basically helps us out with better options and decisions we can make down the line. But anyway, Davidoff is calling.
Davidoff.
Casper, how's everything shaping up?
Pretty good. We're just about to go over the data from FP3. I want to encourage Callie to adjust the brake balance. She's still locking up coming out of turn 7. And as for Aiden,
Good. Casper, listen, we need another strong showing at him.
Of course.
Getting a great result in Ferrari homeland would show that we're serious about making the top 3.
And we are, as you know. We've delivered a good car this year, so don't
But there's always a better car around the corner. Stay hungry, Casper. Also, I understand my old friend Ernst has been in touch about a shoot with some watches.
Oh, Eichenberger. Yeah. But, you know, I can't allow it at this time. I mean, we're under a lot of...
No. Ernst is an old Cambridge chum of mine. It's important to me. It simply must happen. I don't want to go into why this, why that. Just do it.
Okay, I'll get it arranged.
Good man. Thank you. Now I've got some other calls to make. Talk later. Keep the pressure on.
And in typical Breaking Point fashion, they tell you the answer you should have chosen when it's already too late. Great. Well, at least we did pick delay and not just decline altogether, so it'll still go ahead at some point. But Davidoff is being very forceful as of late, and it's quite strange. I mean, I guess if you think back to the previous one, he was obsessed with finishing 5th in the Constructors, and absolutely under no circumstances lower than that, so I suppose it's not out of character. I did read through the social media feed, nothing too interesting to be honest, so let's just not waste any time on that. As for emails, we got one after FP3 regarding some setup changes, but nothing too interesting there. Dev's been looking at some of data from qualifying and is not happy with the current tyre strategy. And the usual weekend preview, nothing too interesting in that one. So without further ado, let us go to race and see what happens in this one. This is new. For the first time we're actually able to choose between the two drivers for this race. Normally of course we just get thrown in with one or the other depending on whose part of the story we're up to. But given what's let's say been happening at the team as of late, I think it makes sense to drive as Callie, as this seems to be the direction the story is headed towards. But yeah, we'll see. It probably doesn't even matter, to be honest. Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, mid-race. Chapter 1. With the race in full swing, Callie Mayer sets her sights firmly on challenging the race leaders.
What a terrific battle this is. Down the main straight at Imola. Konnersport against Red Bull. Verstappen against Mayer. And there's contact. Into the gravel goes Mayer. Verstappen races on.
It was always going to be close going into that corner. Tough to go around the outside. Verstappen was so hard though, so aggressive, as we often see.
Everything okay, Callie?
Where was I supposed to go there?
I know. We'll talk about it later. Right now, let's get your head down because it looks like you've escaped unscathed.
Copy, I'm on it.
Alright, you just know I've got to do my little bit of stewarding here, so Callie definitely ahead into the corner. Verstappen dives it in again late to maintain side-by-side proximity. He makes the apex, so he gets that bit right. Callie was definitely going to make the corner there, but Verstappen had no intentions of leaving racing room on the exit, so yeah, I think Verstappen technically should be in a bit of trouble for that one, with Callie being the overtaker. More than entitled to a bit of racing room on the outside in my book, but anyway, the stewards have said nothing. Anyway, we've got work to do if we want to make a comeback in this race and beat Max Verstappen, and hopefully get on the podium too if we can.
A lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
Down the inside of Carlos Sainz we go, and we get the job done on the Spaniard, move ourselves up into P6. Should also be mentioned that I'm running manual ERS mode, so no ERS assist, which I've been using a lot recently, pretty much since they took away the ERS options on the MFD and just added the overtake button instead, because I always found it quite difficult to manage just with the overtake button.
The gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep it up.
Because basically what would happen is I would just end up running around with a full ERS bar and just not use enough, or occasionally I would just leave overtake mode on accidentally, and I just never have any ERS to deploy because it would just all get drained instantly the moment I harvested any. So yeah, that's why I ultimately made the switch to just running the ERS assist. Then I didn't have to worry about it, but they've changed the ERS system. They've put the percentage right just to the left of the gear selection in the middle of the heads-up display, so it's nice and big, bold, easy to see, which is fantastic. And then on top of that, they've also added a few extra modes which you can select from the MFD as well. There's a no deployment mode and a hot lap mode, which we can use. Bit of a bad exit out of the chicane there, which cost us some time to Verstappen, but we should be able to chase him down soon enough. We get held up by Verstappen for a little while, but eventually the patience starts to wear thin. He gets a little bit held up there maybe by the lapped car. We'll go for the move down the inside. It's a bit late. Contact has made a huge slide, and Verstappen stays in front. We managed to catch it, but on the exit we'll drive back through.
Okay, really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go in this this race, so let's keep it clean.
That delay with Verstappen though meant that it did take us quite a while to catch up to Aiden Jackson. We go for the move down the inside of the penultimate corner on the penultimate lap, so we are running out of time. Oscar Piastri now between us and the podium, and the irony of how aggressive my overtakes have been is not lost on me, but anyway.
Final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
I'm not going to worry about that because we have work to do as we head towards the final couple of corners for the final time. Oscar Piastri was, well, not doing anything wrong there, but it was quite difficult to choose which way to go there. There's something a little bit familiar about that, isn't there? But anyway, we get the move done on Oscar Piastri and move ourselves up on to the podium.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
In the very dying stages of the race, we managed to get the job done, and that's a good result.
Got to say, it's been another good day for Konnersport today. A string of positive performances recently has seen them establish themselves well and truly ahead of the midfield.
Yeah, they're in the top 3 now, Crofty. A great season so far, and I've been really impressed with both Mayer and Jackson.
I don't think you're the only one there, Ants. We'll be watching their season with interest. Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again.
Callie, quite a fierce battle with Max out there today. How did you find going up against him in a situation like that?
Yeah, if you push hard enough, I mean, even the best drivers can crack. Max is obviously great, but if you keep the pressure on every lap, eventually that's going to pay off. And I'm not about to give anyone an easy time out there, least of all him.
You're now 3rd in the Constructors. That's the best performance we've ever seen from Konnersport. So what do you put it down to?
Yeah, I attribute it to the team as a whole. Everyone talks about the drivers, but it's really good to remember that we're all in this together. The engineers, the mechanics, strategists, every single person at Konnersport is giving it their all, working harder than ever, and I think the results are starting to show that.
So do you feel like you're sending a message to the rest of the grid with these kinds of results?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Konnersport still have this reputation as a new team or a small team, but we're so much more than that. We're here to compete with the best in the world. On our day, we can beat anybody on the grid, and so far this season, we're proving that.
Well, thank you for chatting with us. Great to have your time.
Alright, I figured I'd go fairly confident with the interview answers there. Davidoff seems to be pushing their team pretty hard, and he seems to want to get the message out there that we are, we mean business this season, so I thought I'd lean into that as much as possible to avoid getting in trouble with him, mostly, more than anything else. But anyway, Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix post-race, Chapter 1. A racing incident between herself and Verstappen aside, Callie Mayer puts in a fantastic performance in Imola, managing to salvage the race for another impressive finish for Konnersport.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Hey, Dad. Just congratulating the guys on a job well done.
There was no time for that. We all did well. How are preparations coming on for Monaco?
I'm sure everything's in hand.
Listen, Evan. We don't have time to rest on our laurels. I want the race data analysed and full diagnostic reports on Casper's desk before we begin packing down. Listen, you've dropped the ball on this one. You cannot take your foot off the gas, not when Konnersport is this close to success. I expect you to take charge. Show the team what a leader is.
Yeah, well, it's a bit difficult, that, Dad. I'm team liaison. Basically, I pass notes between departments. Not exactly leadership material, is it?
Devon, you have got to focus on the bigger picture. Casper.
Davidoff. Devon, can you give us a minute? Just need to talk to your father.
Yeah, sure thing, boss. I'll just go and liaise, yeah?
Davidoff, why so full on?
Just trying to motivate him, is all. He needs to stay focused.
Yeah, I'm talking about the team. They've just had a fantastic result and you're... Just give them some space to simmer down, to celebrate.
Of course. You're right. But we cannot lose momentum now, Casper. Everything must be in its place.
What are you planning?
What do you mean?
I've seen that face before. I mean, whatever it is, just keep me informed. I don't want any nasty surprises.
I'm just looking out for my family, that's all.
Okay.
What is going on with Davidoff? He's acting weird. That's for sure. Well, I suppose only time will tell. But anyway, let's just check news, emails and socials and wrap things up. Oh, hang on, we got a phone call. Hello.
Hi.
Callie, sorry to miss the debrief. What a race.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, let me take you out for dinner to congratulate you.
What? One of you and Aiden's little soirees? No, thank you.
Don't be like that, California. You're always welcome. I always invite you and you always say no.
You invited me once in Monaco when I found out you were going without me.
That was just a misunderstanding.
In fact, I think it was Aiden who invited me.
I'm not getting into this. Look, are you coming or not?
Dad, I'm sure you mean well, but the last time we tolerated each other long enough to eat a meal, you spent the whole evening telling me to sit up straight. I could do without the stress. I just want to relax. I just want to enjoy my evening without feeling you're judging me all night.
Fine. I'm sure you'll have a perfectly good time on your own.
Interesting. Kind of would have liked to see how that goes. But anyway, probably for the best. Oh, we're so popular these days.
Mum. She answers. I finally got through. Congratulations, Cal. What a race that was.
Yeah, thanks. You'll never guess. Dad invited me to dinner to congratulate me.
Well, I'm sure that'll be fun.
Yeah, I politely declined.
Oh, and I'm sure that didn't annoy him at all.
Everything I do annoys him.
Oh, just ignore him, Cal. He's an old man trying to clear his guilty conscience.
Hard to ignore him. I work for him now.
Oh, that's true, but you just do you. You don't owe him anything.
Thanks, Mum. I should go.
Absolutely. Congrats again. Bye.
Alrighty, well, that's that. But anyway, news, we've got Callie shines in Imola Thriller. Obviously we just saw all that on track. Red Bull continue to lead the way in the post-Imola standings as Konnersport moves up into the top 3 for the first time. Ackerman praises team effort. And we've also got a little story about Aiden Jackson and Callie Mayer, presumably for those who did not play the previous installments of Breaking Point. Anyway, on to the socials. Looks like we've impressed Rosanna Tennant and Too Fast For You, among a couple of others. We've even got a little post from Konnersport themselves here, commending Callie and the team. Hey, and we've got Tiamat Marduk in the game. Looks like he's taken note of Callie Mayer's post-race confidence, so cool to see that in effect. Good on you, Ben. And of course we have the usual online discussions seen after any incident in Formula 1. But that seems to be it for socials, nothing else really of note there, so yeah, we'll just move on, check emails, and end off the video. So yeah, What do we got here in the inbox? Reschedules. Not reschedules, just reschedules. Doesn't seem like anything important anyway. I don't even know who this guy is. We've got an email from the head mechanic Phil Paget. He's going to be doing some work with the engine supplier to further improve reliability before Baku. And finally, we've got an email from Devon simply saying not bad. He didn't even include a subject, though at least he used correct punctuation. But anyway, that is going to do it for this one, so I will say thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. Please feel free to give me some feedback in the comments. It's always very helpful. Other than that, I will see you in the next one, and goodbye.